Salutations at the feet of the Brahma Tattva. Salutations to the Lord in all forms. Let's wholeheartedly let us salute the expression of the Lord Himself in the form of Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa. Lucky we are if we are able to start using our intellect. Lucky we are if we are able to start using our intellect in a positive, optimistic manner. And in that intellect, through analysis, if these understandings come, we are the most fortunate ones. The understandings are, if our intellects have got that maturity to understand it truly, that person is so fortunate. Because for a long period of our life or many, many lives, we're always confounded, confused only regarding whom to trust, whom we have to get a guidance from, who is the true helper, who is the real protector guide to us. Use intellect. Who in the world? Take one by one. Many of them, because of their own selfishnesses, greeds, etc., can't help us truly. Some of them can want to, but then they are not sufficiently equipped with variety of the required things. Therefore, where it boils down to who are our true well wishers, one by one. Other than these four, there is no fourth one. First and foremost is the Lord alone. Suhridam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shanti murchati. Actually, at this point also we are passionate, right from giving us the human birth, the parents, the brother, sister, friends, family, the whole earth, the whole Surya Chandra Graha, great Prakriti, and our faculties of Sharira Mana Buddhyadi, to perceive this world, to live in this world, and eke out what a joy it is. If really we can understand the Karuna of Paramatma, Krupa of Paramatma, Prema of Paramatma, with our eloquent intellect, we can't be without tears in our eyes. And he never said also that I will not give you darshan. There are techniques, there are the processes. With bhakti shraddha, when you do the intense upasanas for sufficient period of time, definitely the Lord gives darshan. We don't do all of them, and he doesn't come in front of us. Even if he comes, we just question him from which drama company you have come. And he, unfortunately, he'll want to give darshan, but we don't deserve. And he's giving everything. And just because we don't see him, like the children, so much attached to the mother that she gives food and everything, everything. The stupid fellows doesn't know that mother is helpless to give all of that. It is father only who through her giving them everything. Father is busy in the office, he doesn't come, he doesn't show that the love like mother. But then the real giver is father only, no? In the same way, Lord may not be right now seen, but through everybody and everything, whatever we are getting is His giving only. Now, can we be convinced about this thought? Can we that way express, have that gratitude inside and deal with the Lord or treat the Lord or relate with the Lord in that way? अब जिनको ये लग गया ना, फिर they become मीराबाई, they become the great प्रहलादास. They don't want anybody else now. We got this effort. पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, बस हो गए. Lord called as our own Shastras. And you are seeing, especially last few years, how every of the Shastra, how selflessly, lovingly, our own development and betterment, and only for our evolution to the highest of the perfection. Beyond every limitation, the Shruti Mata is bent upon taking us. How kind, how compassionate she is. Even that also, when we realize, we will be at her feet, seeking her blessings in the form of all these learnings. But that intellect has to be matured. Like that. But deeply from the core of the heart, फिर से again our life is made. Isn't it? The Krupalu, Dayalu, the real well-wisher, the Suhrud for us are our own Shastras. Naturally, the third one is our own Guru Maharaj, Rishis, Munis, all of them. Right from the beginning of creation, the Brahma Manasa Putras of all the Rishis, from them onwards, the Rishi Parampara up to our Guru have come. All of them again are the most beloved, benevolent, selfless, kind, and loving gurus. Thus, they spend their own life with us only to guide our life again toward the divinity. How much patience they have, how much compassion they must have that come to our level and lift us to their level. है ना? It's not an easy thing for someone who is in the deep meditation level to come again to the ephemeral level of the perceptions, the thoughts, the speakings. वो पार कर चुके हैं. But हमारे वास्ते, for our sake, they come down and so much patience infinitely that they bear us, they forbear us all our ignorances, our stupidities, more than all the arrogances and disobediences, which are so painful. है ना? Why should they tolerate our arrogance and disobedience? Just kick us and go. If those way the gurus, all of them, seeing our arrogance, disobedience, and non-cooperation, if they keep leaving us, not even one guru will be available for any one of us in the world to evolve. But they know at what level of immaturity, ignorance we are in. Therefore, they are kind, they compassionate. They do look at that. Even little spark in us of jignasu or any sadhaka is there. Basing on that, holding on to that, they are with us only to guide us. And we, like we never trusted the God or the Shastras, like Adi Shankar Bhagavan wrote Shiva Parada Kshamapana, we can also write 100,000 volumes of our own aparadas. At every moment and day, in so many ways, we are doing aparada to the most blessing these divine expressions. Now, after these three, who is the fourth well-wisher? Fourth true helper in our life is our own selves with our own genuine, conscious, well-guided efforts every moment. Using all the above three, the grace of God, the grace of the Shruti Mata, the grace of the Guru, when I work upon them, can I encounter failure anywhere? Can anything stop me from my evolution? Can anybody stop me from reaching the ultimate? And unfortunately, lives, day by day celebrations, day by day beautified lives, giving us great joy. नवैनोयमलमिति ताभ्यः पुरुषमानयत् ता अब्रुवन् सुकृतं बतेति पुरुषो वाव सुकृतं ता अब्रवीत् यथा आयतनं प्रविशत इति अग्निर्वाग्भूत्वा मुखं प्राविशद वायुः प्राणो भूत्वा नासिके प्राविशत् आदित्यः चक्षुर्भूत्वा अक्षिणी प्राविशत् सहस्रोत्रं भूत्वा कर्णौ प्राविशन् ओषधि वनस्पतयो लोमानि भूत्वा त्वचं प्राविशन् चन्द्रमामनो भूत्वा हृदयं प्राविशत् मृत्युरपानो भूत्वा नाभिं प्राविशत् आपोरेतो भूत्वा शिश्नं प्राविशन् तम् अशनाया पिपासे अब्रूताम् आवाभ्याम् अभिप्रजानीहि इति ते अब्रवीत् एतासु एव वां देवतासु आवजामि एतासु भागिन्यौ करोमि इति तस्मात् यस्यै कस्यै च देवतायै हविर्गृह्यते भागिन्यौ इव अस्याम् अशनाया पिपासे भवतः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So, friends, chanting is done. Now, it is we are in the beginning of the study of the second chapter. Already we have seen more than a week through that introductory bhashya. These are all very essential. That what's the whole purpose of life? What's the whole purpose of the Shastra Upadesha Shastra Adhyayana? And in the Shastra, whatever the prakriyas that are told, whatever the logics that are given, what are the examples that are quoted, what are the quotations that are brought, the entire purpose of them is not those things, but in and through to establish the self beyond all and the means to recognize that self. Let us not miss this essential thought, lest we get carried away by the externalities of studying Shastra, knowing the thing, that's all. No. Our goal is to reach the self only. Nothing short of that. So all these were exhaustively explained to us in that second khanda, second chapter's introductory bhashya. Now, what's most important is even after all this is done, yet unless one very important thing doesn't come in our heart, the ingredient, our spiritual journey will be with lots of limpings and pauses and question marks and doubts and exclamations and sometimes non-performances. And that one internal essential ingredient, the quality is called as vairagya. So the vairagya paddhatis are told in different shastras in different way, but it is essential. Vairagya remaining the same, the way it is explained is little bit here and there different. Not totally different, but the padajalam, the vocabulary used may be different. Like drushtanushravika vishay vitrushnasya vashikara sanya vairagyam tadvairagyam jihasaya dashna shronadivi deyadi brahma paryante anitya bhogavastuni. And today we will see in the Yoga Darshanam. Yesterday also we saw Vitarka Bhadane Prativaksha Bhavanam is a Vairagya. In this Upanishad, to create that Vairagya in us, the three avasthas are told to us, or three janma are told. All the three janmas we have to study in the light exhaustive, which is not mentioned here, But by using our own brain and intellect, we must know why these three janmas that are given to us. As long as we are jiva, not discovered ourselves through spiritual sadhana, how we go through the limitations, how we go through the conditionings, how we go through the compelling effects. So total bondage only. The Vairagya should come, that Vairagya should put us on only the spiritual path exclusively, consistently. All these inner transformations, na, it doesn't they require lot of time, lot of effort, lot of maturity. इसलिए पकड़ के रखना गुरु और शास्त्र सत्संग को करते रहना जितने जन्म लगे उतना. Clear? Now in this second chapter, in the mantras, we are told how the jivas Janma Marana goes on happening. In this particular version, as was said toward the end of the introductory Bhashya, if one is not realizing the self, then identify the upadhis and taking the upadhi gunas on himself and doing feeling the limitations of upadhis as ourselves, and to come out of those limitations, lot of sankalpas are taken up, they are translated or converted into kamana, and for the purti of the variety of the karma we do, all of that leads to our karma phala bandhana of a janma marana. And that janma is three types, three janmas are there, all of them are full of limitation, misery. ऊपर देखो, everything looks to be interesting, enjoying, loving, very fine. क्या गड़बड़ है स्वामी सब ठीक ठाक है. My husband is cooking food for me, making lunch and all. Every care is taking care. Children are so good. They don't trouble. सब ठीक ठाक लग रहा है. वो ठीक ठाक है, but the two reasons that they are not permanent, isn't it? Depending on our punya they are. And when the old age comes, we know what will the position. Second reason, more important than is, more appealing than is it what? Yeah, everything is comfortable, but greater than this also is there. As a human, you can keep it as goal and pursue. What about it? So here where सारे लोग अटक जाते हैं. Oh, they get satisfied. No, at this level of samsara, with everything convenience is gained, we are happy, we don't want higher. So to such, even Guru God also can't do, they only wait for this person to reconcile, rethink, and then come to his own consciousness, understanding that yes, with my efforts, I have reached to this comfortable zone. अच्छा है सब कुछ, but इससे भी बढ़कर है कह रहे हैं, चलो let me go for it. Then it is the most healthy way of evolution. Having gone through all the worldly achievements, successes, and happiness, and knowing their limitations, to achieve that limitless, infinite thing, turning toward the spirituality through Guru and Shastra and Satsang. That's the real maturity. So these three Janma explanations in this Upanishad, the second chapter, may cater to that aspect of our evolution. Let us do the chanting, okay? Purusho Hava, I am chanting the second chapter, the first mantra. Purushe Hava ayam aditaha garbha bhavati yadetat retaha tadetat sarvebhyah angebhyah tejah sambhutam atmani eva atmanam vibharati tat yada striyam sinjati hata enat janayati तदस्य प्रथमं जन्म. Again, पुरुषे हवा अयम आदितो गर्भो भवति यदेतद् रेतः तदेतत् सर्वेभ्योऽङ्गेभ्यः तेजः सम्भूतं आत्मनि एव आत्मानं बिभर्ति तत् यदा स्त्रियां सिञ्चति अथ एनत् जनयति तदस्य प्रथमं जन्म. वाह. So yesterday we saw the literal meaning of shloka. Today we'll see the bhashya. How you and I as jivas get three janmas. All three are not very covetable and healthy, not a very cherishable. That's what not said in the direct mantras, but the purpose of saying those things is this only. With our maturity, we should understand. That is why Bhashyakara filled up that gap by giving such an exhaustive bhashyam. The summary of all that is, if you don't realize self, then identifying the upadhi, you go through all these limitations. In what way that happens? That is what is the theme of these three Janmas and this whole second chapter. So, what is the meaning? There you go. Here also straight away, Bhagavan Adi Shankara will not explain the mantras because they need some initial things to be attached to attach initial thoughts. With that only the shloka can be connected. Listen carefully, not at all difficult. Very simple, very beautiful. Ki I am Eva, this Jiva only, you and I, who has not realized his own self. I am Eva means this Purusha, I am Purusha. I am Atma Brahma, like that. Okay, this person, this individual, it is you and me only. I am Eva. Avidya Kama Karma Abhimanavan. See, Avidya Kama Karma Abhiman. Abhiman means identified with. Avidya, because he never tried to know the self. And when avidya is there, it never tells it hides our infinite nature. Then opposite of infinitude is finitude. That finitude always seeks infinitude. Finitude seeking the infinity is called desire, kama. Depending on the vasanas or the faculties or the world in front, the desires take different shapes. Therefore, that's why no two people's desires are same. But the desiring is same for all the millions of human beings right from beginning of creation till the end of dissolution. कामना कॉमन है कामना ये अलग है what the desire finitude wanting to become infinite इसलिए everybody name and fame you want to be famous in the world money everything should be his own and people should be totally obedient to him सारा अपना ही हो रहा है that is natural urge because self is infinite but he has forgotten that avidya. Now he has become finite jiva. Then he again wants to infinite. That want is called as kamana. That expresses in so many ways, in different depending on the vasana, etc. Once the desires get manifest in the heart, we will be restless till that is fulfilled through karma. Therefore, here karma is the desire, fulfilling action is karma. Then, when the action gives the result, indulging in that desire, result karma, that also is karma. So, through this avidya, kama, karma is abhimanavan. देखो Abhimanavan. By saying so, Bhashyakara giving a hint. It is your Abhimana because of which you are holding on to this Hrudaya Granthi of Avidya Kama Karma. And it is anytime your choice that having Abhimana identity with the self or for the sake of having Abhimana with the self, you can cut asunder your Abhimana to the chain of this Avidya Kama Karma. It's a chain, it's a circle. Avidya leads to Kamana, Kamana leads to Karma, Karma gives Karma Phala because of Vasana, Vasana strengthens Avidya, Vidya again expresses Kamana. In this way, it's a circular, cyclic thing, endless. You have Abhimana to it, it is eternal. Anytime you can withdraw from it and detach from it and rise above these three things. And the way is Abhiman mat karo. Abhimana mat karo. Don't get identified with them. Okay. So, avidya, kama, karma, abhimanavan, ayameva. What he does, naturally, the desires have come, he'll have to fulfill them. What he does, yajna adi karma krutva, yajna adi, yajna karma, upasana karma, punya karma, nitya karma, naimitika karma, kamya karma, every of the karma, jo wo banda jo bhi kar raha hai. Yajna adi karma krutva, having done so, अस्मात् लोकात् धूमादिक्रमेण चंद्रमसम प्राप्य from this world in the dhuma marga in the path of smoke and fog and there's a path of light path of smoke path of light is those are crystal clear in their knowledge regarding the higher evolutionary lives and the sadhana accordingly they have done that they go in the path of light. And a Jnana Marga. We have seen it in Mundaka and all. If I quote it again, I'll have to explain. So that is it's called Agni Marga, or it is Prakasha Marga, the path of light, bright path. And the second one is Dhuma Marga, where some Dhundula Sahi Dhum Dhum Dhua Dhua, because we lived our life with all confusions regarding the truth, but clarity with all confused things. So such person, when he leaves the body, he travels through the Dhuma Marga. So this is what is first Janma, that is what is said in the mantra. And to reach to that thing, whatever the Shruti Mata said, that itself also is not sufficient. Secondly, connecting with what he concluded in the introductory Bhashya, with this one, Bhagavan Shankara is in Bhashya telling this is how the Ajnani, Avidya Kama Karma Abhimani, he goes on doing variety of the Yajna Karma. Then after that, when he leaves the body, in this way he goes to such worlds. Having gone there, exhausted his punya, etc., then he falls back. At that time, the Upanishadic mantra is taken to connect. उपनिषद स्ट्रेट अवे कहती है ये वाला उसका पहला जन्म है, बट पहले तो बताओ क्या होता है उस जीव को. यही होता है कि ही इज अभिमानवान ऑफ व्हाट अविद्या काम कर्म, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ही इज इंडिविजुअल जीव, then you want to become infinite, that he doesn't know that the infinite it is found only through the Atma Brahma Jnana. Then what he does, refers to some shastras or listens to someone, imagines that ये लोक और वो लोक और ये ऑब्जेक्ट और वो ऑब्जेक्ट पाने से how infinite मिलेगा. In that mood, he either does the yajnas or the upasanas or the variety karma we told. Now, when the karmas are done, the result has to come to the karta only. That is what we are studying. So, ayameva avidya kama karma abhimanavan yajnadi karma krutva, having done the yajnadi karma, asmad lokat, from this world he goes. Which path he goes? Dhuma adik karma, sorry, Dhuma adik kramena, from through the path of the fog or smoke he goes. Where he goes? Kim Chandramasam Prapya, to the Chandra Loka he goes. In that Chandra Loka only, all Punya Karmaka Jobi Fal around the Lokas it is gained. It is not this Chandamama only, the gross superficial we see, but the subtle Loka of the Chandra where all Punya Karma Phalas are given. So Chandramasam Prapya, see Tatra Chandramasam Jyoti Yogi Prapya Nivartate, last but one sloka in the 8th chapter we saw. Having gone to the Chandramasam Prapyam, Kshina Karma, his all karma phalas are exhausted. Then again he'll have to be given the opportunity, so he'll have to come onto the earth. How he comes onto the earth, here Bhagavan Adi Shankara explains with the help of other Upanishads, etc., other Shastras, where the visionaries, the rishis have becoming so subtle, they could see. Okay, what it is, Dhyan se sunna. Mm. Mm. Mhm, 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 mhm. Mm. having left this body, having fulfilled or doing variety of yajnas, upasanas, punya karma ityadi, taking positive only here. Papadi, they are not just concerned with that. He will only go to the narak and all, that's known. So this person avidya kama karma vashat, doing all the yajnas, upasanas ityadi, leaves the body through the dhumra marga, goes to the chandramasa loka. There he exhausts all these karma phalas. Okay, kshina karma. Then he comes down. And how he comes down is to be very carefully understood. Only Upanishadic rishis can guide us in this regard. Ki he comes kshina karma vrushtya adikramena. In the krama, through the rain drops, these jivas from the Chandramasa Loka fall onto the earth. जीव चंद्रमस लोक से चंद्रमसं प्राप्य क्षीण कर्म वृष्ट्यादि क्रमेण इमं लोकं प्राप्य. Imam lokam, this bhuloka, he will fall from the rain onto the earth only. Then into the earth he goes inside, and through the plants, etc., which is consumed, he expresses. Then he anna bhutaha, he becomes the anna. And that annam eaten by the man. And then purusha agnau hutaha, he enters into the body of the human being. Man, masculine. Then tasmin purushehava, in that purusha also I am samsari, this jiva rasa adikramena, in the form of all the rasas, rasa adikramena aditaha pratamataha reto rupena garbha bhavati. You understand? So he, with all the foods eaten, the essence of all the variety of foods eaten, that becomes the reta. In the form of that reta, sir, that jiva, you and I enter into the man. So reto rupena garbha bhavati. Iti etat aha. This is what yad etat purushe retah tena rupena iti. So that is how these mantras beginning. Purushe hava ayam adito garbho bhavati. This is the mantra. So in the Purusha, in the first, the in the Garbha of the Purusha, the entry of this Jiva first. How he has come? From the, in the form of the Retaha. How it has formed? From the rasa of all the food he has taken. So into the food, how he has come? Because of the entry into the earth. How he entered into the earth? Through the rains. So where was he before that? In the Chandramasa Loka. What was he doing there? Exhausting his Purva Janma Karma Phala. Clear? So in this way he enters. Now how subtle this Jiva is, and how subtle are our Rishi Muni to be able to conceive all that, understand all that. Very sublime. And when one has got a yoga drushti of transcending one's own individual upadhis and done lots of upasana to the Hiranyagarbha with this sankalpa that I want to see, visualize all these, he'll be blessed. As a karodo rishi muniyo mein ek do hote hain. Many of them don't even bother about it. They don't want to know. Realization of self is different. Then upadhyon ki maturity different hai, jisse such type of siddhis will be there. That's why masters realized are all common. But the way they bless are different, because that blessing is depending on the tapasya, what they do before and after realization. Vyasadi, Adi Shankaradi are helping us because of their tapasya. Other than them, there are thousands of saints who are in equal stage like them in realizing the self. आत्मानुभूति एक ही होती है, लेकिन लोक सेवा के लिए जो उपाधियां हैं उसको रिफाइन करना पड़ता है थ्रू तपस्या से एक्सेट्रा. इट इज डन. So here only such people can pursue these subtle things. So in this way entered into the Purusha. Purushehava ayam aditah garbho bhavati yad etat retah. Okay. Then again it is said, Tasmin Purushayavayam samsari rasadi kramena aditah pratamata reto rupena garbho bhavati iti etadaha yedetet purushena retah tena rupena iti. You understood? Now second one is Tacha etat retah. How this is formed? Annamayasya pindasya, of the Annamaya kosha of that Purusha, sarvebhya angebhya avayebhya. from all the limbs and the parts. So rasadi lakshanebhyaha, the true essence of each of the limb, tejaha sara rupam, the tejas and the sara sharirasya sambhutam parinishpannam tat purushasya atma bhutatvad atma. Now how important is this thought? Every limb of that Purusha, its Sara, its Tejas is collected in the form of the Retaha. And that's why when the Retas is put in the women's womb, that slowly develops into all the parts of the body. Isn't it? So these are all, even scientists, doctors, how much they have studied, I don't know, but still there's a doubt whether they have reached to this level of understanding. Some scientific outer things they may say, but beyond that, the spiritual vision of how it, including the jiva is karma and it's leading to the next birth, ये सारे वो लोग बात नहीं कर सकते. They're afraid कि when this metaphysics is spoken, the physics have no value. They need not afraid. They should know that the physics is at the vyavahara level and metaphysics is the one which guides them from beyond the. So never, they are not contradictory to each other. That's how in our Sanatana Dharma, all the Rishi Munis who are the experience of metaphysics, they only have become scientists and told all of that. Like this example, this Rishi. He is in the self only, this Aitareya Rishi. But being so, is he not able to conceive the whole thing and explain to us? Om. So, तच्च एतद्रेतः अन्नमयस्य पिण्डस्य सर्वेभ्यः अंगेभ्यः अवयवेभ्यः anga the outside things, avayavas are inside things, rasadi lakshanebhyaha, they are very subtle rasa aspect of it, which is tejas swarupaha, tejaha rasadi lakshanebhyaha, tejaha sara rupam sharirasya sambhutam, from his own sharira, every limb, the rasa, the sara, the tejaha of that man becomes that retaha. Then parinishpannam, in that way it is formed, therefore it is inside him, tat purushasya atma bhutatvat. That way, is it not the essence of that purusha only? Yeah, that's why in the Upanishad mantra, atma it is said. It is his atma. So, Purusheha va ayam adito garbhavati yadetatetaha tadetat sarvebhya angebhya tejaha sambhutam atmaneva atmanam vivarti. So that man is having that atma bhava towards that retaha because it has come out of his own angas and the avayavas. But actually it is the jiva who is expressing through him in that process. Thereafter kya hua? Tam atmanam, that his own self which he is considering as reto rupena in the form of the seed, garbhi bhutam, in his own garbha it was there, atmaneva swasharire eva atmanam vivarti dharayati. He holds in himself as much as or as long as required. Then what happens? Tadetad retaha, the same the seed inside of the man, yada yasmin kale bharya rutumati, the wife is there, rutumati, tasyam yoshagno striyam sinchati. In that Purusha Agni mein tha, then in the Stri Agni Sinchati, he just puts the seed there, upagachan. Tatham tad enat etad retaha atmana garbhabhutam janayati pita. So that's how he becomes Pita, and he, from his own womb, his own inside, as an essence of all the parts, he creates and puts Tadasya Purushastya Sthanat Nirgamanam. है. It has got the Nirgamita from the Purusha, Retaha Seka Kale, Reto Rupena, Asya Samsarinaha, of the Samsari, the Jiva, entering from the womb of the father into the womb of the mother. That is called as Prathamam Janma, Prathama Avasthabhi Abhivyaktihi. That's what. This is called as Prathamam Janma. Which of the modern sciences can talk in this language? Absolutely nothing of the physical things that are taken into consideration or any importance given. What is spoken about is the process by which the jiva's janma happens. Oh, 1 second. So, in this way, the Prathamam Janma exiting from the father, that is why the Janma. Janma matlab from one place coming to the other, from the womb of father into the mother. Now it is given to you as a homework, need not be explained in detail here, how that Prathama Janma itself is of, very terrible nature at every level, isn't it? What every level? Through the rains entering to the earth, from the earth entering into the Oshadi Vanaspati. And according to these particular jivas, would be Sharira, that food in which he has entered either can be eaten by the human. Here it is said human, but any animal can eat. And in that animal also he will become Reta. Then he will get the animal Sharira, depending on the Prarabdha. So here example of Purusha is given. And in that, staying in the whole body at all places as the essence, Sara, then getting collected, then again being placed in the most abominable place in the whole universe. So, this is where the Shruti Mata will not say we should be able to. That's why Bhagavan Adi Shankara comes and in the texts like Shiva Parada Kshamapana, in Kshamapana Stotra, he explains the Jiva when he is in the womb of the mother. आदौ कर्म प्रसंगात कलयति कलुषम मातृकुक्षौ स्थितं माम विण्मूत्रा मेध्य मध्ये क्वथयति नितराम जाठरो जातवेदाः यद्यद्वै तत्र दुःखं व्यथयति नितराम शक्यते केन वक्तुं क्षन्तव्यो मे पराधः शिव 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 भोः श्री महादेव शंभो. So from those shlokas we can think about. Now after entering, how that mother, the women, she receiving that retaha gets into the atma bhava with it too, and slowly develops into a pinda, and from there slowly to a worthy of ejecting out size. Having done so, when she ejects out of herself, that is called second janma. That is given to us in the second mantra. In that, there are 3 or 4 shlokas. One by one will be beautifully explained. It is so touching, so wonderful to know. Ki the rishis munis were so subtle. Not only they are seeing the gross aspects, they are seeing the mind aspect of the mother or the father and how they take care of the child, etc. See, tat striya atmabhutam gacchati. I am chanting second mantra. यथा स्वम अंगम तथा तस्माद् एनाम न हिनस्ति सा अस्य एतम आत्मानम अत्र गतं भावयति. अगेन तत स्त्रिया आत्मभूतं गच्छति यथा स्वम अंगम तथा तस्मात् एनाम न हिनस्ति सा अस्य एतम आत्मानम अत्र गतं भावयति. Beautiful are these things. Really, the processes that are said. So, tat striya atmabhutam gacchati. Now, that retaha put by the man in that woman, the wife, striya atmabhutam gacchati. Underline this point. It becomes one with that stri. Atmabhutam gacchati. And to specify it, to substantiate it, to remove all the doubts, example is given. Yatha swam angam tatha. Like her own limbs, which are one with her, which never leave her and go. In that way, even though from the foreign source the Reta has entered her, but it becomes one with her. Because of that becoming one, tad eta tad sasmad enam nahi nasti. See the subtle point here. Enam nahi nasti is that entered Reta doesn't create any harm to her, because it has become Atma Bhutam. Then, as at the physical level that is happening, at the psychological level also, sa asya etam atmanam atra gatam bhavayat. Then now she takes over of that thing as her own self. अपने आत्मा के रूप में भावन करती है. Its own, my child now, atmanam bhavayat. Because anywhere to cater, to take care, to protect, to nurture, nourish, what's important is the atma bhava. And if you don't have the atmiyata, the selfness seen in anybody, you cannot love or serve or forgive or tolerate anybody. Can't be. If you are loving your own house or your scooter, your car, your dog, your children, there is atmiyata in it. It's inside inner feeling. For various reasons, each one will have atmiyata. The other ultimate atmiyata is the one self alone is there in the entire universe. That's the spiritual acme. So before that, this is how. कि तस्या आत्मभूतं गच्छति यथा स्वमंगम तथा तस्मादेनाम नहीं नस्ति सा अस्य एतम आत्मानम अत्र गतं भावयति. So अत्र गतं एनम आत्मानम भावयति. This is the important thing. She takes as her own self this through the seed that Jiva who has entered. So this is what the meaning of this shloka is. Ko Bhashyakara in a beautiful manner he explains. That we'll just see today, then do the next ones tomorrow. See, tad retaha, that seed, yasyam striyam siktam, sat, in his wife, when he has put there, tasya atma bhuyam, atma avyatirekataam. And it becomes one with the women, not separate from her. Atma avyatirekataam yata pitu evam gacchati. As it was with the Pita as his own one self, so it enters and becomes one with this Mata. Pitur evam gacchati prapnoti yatha swamangam. So, like the swamanga is what? For that women, stana adi. The sthana ityadi, her own anga, they are her own. In the same way, tata tadvat eva, the seed sown becomes one with her, non-separator. Tasmad hetoho, tasmad heto, because it has become one with that woman. Etam mataram, this mother ko sagarbaha, that entered seed, nahi nasti, doesn't trouble her. Example is given, pitaka adivatu. Okay. Uh, Pitaka adivatu means pitaka means what? When in the body some wound happens and it has come to the level of pus, how much pain it creates? I know from anything foreign material also comes and creates a wound, then it becomes such a painful thing, no? But this seed entering into the women, it doesn't create like that. Why it is not like bitaka, poking and creating a wound and creating pus and giving pain? Because it has become one with her. The Lord has made that system. That is the example is given. Tasmat hedam yasmas tanadi. Just like the stanadi. तथा तद्देव तस्माद् हेतोः एनां मात्रं न गर्भ स गर्भ नहि नस्ति पिटकादिवत् यस्मात् स्तनादि स्वाङ्गवद् आत्मभूयङ्गतं तस्मात् नहि नस्ति न बाधते इत्यर्थः. It becomes a joy only to her, not a load or any bada or any dukkha, because it has become one. See, the Bhagwan ने वो माया बनाई. लाइक कोई नीडल चुभ जाता है या कोई कांटा चुभ जाता है, फॉरेन मटेरियल, एनीथिंग इन द बॉडी, द फॉरेन will give the body the pain till it goes away. But this retaha entered the foreign material only, but it doesn't become like it becomes one with it. Therefore, it doesn't create badha to the mother. More than that, other than that, she becomes happy only. So, sa antarvantni. That's Antarvatni. Now she is pregnant. Asya bhartuhu atmanam atra atmana udare gatam pravishtam buddhva bhavayati vardayati. Now, in her mind now, the Lord has given to all beings in this world, Once the being enters into womb of mother, she becomes conscious. Her love for the husband, and he alone is entered. Now he entered into me to be one with me. In that bhavana, she just vardhayati. She makes that child grow. That growth is first conscious in the conscious level, then the thought level, then at the gross level. Vardhayati paripalayati. What is the meaning of it? Garbha viruddha ashanadi pariharam anukula ashanadi upayogam cha kurvati. Naturally, anything which troubles the womb or the fetus in the womb, she never does that. Eating, drinking, etc. And whatever helps that child to grow, that alone she does. You know that women, even in the modern world of all ahus and extrovertedness and technologies, one that women conceives, that matru vatsalya bhava when it comes. No, she'll be every day in contact with the mother, if not mother-in-law, and this general doctor, whoever they are. रोज पूछेगी वो कि कैसा है, ठीक है कि अंदर मैं कुछ गलत तो नहीं खा रहा हूँ, ठीक खा रहा हूँ ना, है ना? Please tell me the proper diet, tell me proper. How much conscious they become. No, that feeling of matrutva, me only. All the three are there. The husband only entered me, and it has become one with me, and that is expressing as the child who is growing, who is me only. That bhavana is put in her by the Lord. And otherwise, like some of the modern women, no, I don't want to conceive, my beauty will go away. I'll marry, but I will not, I'll adopt if wanted. And any modern ways of test tube surrogations, that I'll go through. All funny things, I don't know. Why should I know? The variety of the things they do. But in general, the fulfillment of the woman is only in being a mother. That's why yesterday evening also the last class was that. Remember? By the age of 18, 20, marriage. By days, children. By the age of you are 45, the children are settled. You can have your grandchildren enjoying till they become 15. By that your age is 55. Retire from all that nonsense and come to me. Let us study Shastras. तब तक मैं जिंदा हूं तो दो ही दूसरे बाबा जी रहेंगे. How systematic is our Sanatana Dharma in guiding us and giving us all pleasures. Nothing is missed. Not knowing this, अभी ने शादी नहीं करना, अभी नौकरी नहीं सेटल है, बैंक बैलेंस, भाई तेरा इस बुढ़ा हो गया अभी 50 साल 40. At that age, it's marriage नहीं हो तो it's hell only. It's all compromise and funny things. So this is what is the thing that's happening in her growing. Then when she delivers the child, it is called a second janma. And again, though it is put from the mother standpoint as a vatsalya and prema, from the jiva standpoint, he is in such a womb in that naraka only. That you don't forget it. That's the thing which gives us vairagya. It's all the way we think, the way we are told, the raga, dvesha or vairagya that comes. So rightly it is to be told and rightly it is to be conceived and contemplated to develop the right way of vairagya, then mold toward the truth reality. Okay, what is that in the third four mantras? Tomorrow we will see the Dvitiyam Janma and Trutiyam Janma. Then the contemplation inquiry, Koyam Atma iti and all of that, leading to the truth. This is how this Upanishad guides us to that Brahma Vidya and Atma Prapti. So here the Jiva Gatis are told for developing Vairagya. More than that, no way it is important. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Om Tat Sat Brahma Arpanamastu. Today we'll stop here. Then we'll take up our next text also. Unless through lot of listening of Vedanta, Being beyond body is most divine. These understandings, if it doesn't come, na, then the vairagya towards the grass will not dawn. And as long as we are attached to the grass, the subtle beauty, subtle experience we cannot gain, and the sufferings of the limitations of the all grass are experienced by us. Think about it. It takes time. That's why we say every day listening for some lives, slowly the intellect opens up to some higher intuitive subtle understandings. Understanding is simple, but it has to be coming to us in an intuitive manner. Same thing will be told thousand times. But all the thousand times you won't understand. Thousand and one time, when we are matured, we listen, we understand. Sometimes it is from some great Mahatma. When he speaks, it clicks like that. That will come in the our next 3 or 4 sutras in Yoga Darshanam. Anyway, we'll see it. Nara